Um, Good midnight to everyone. It's almost my time of prayer. I said, let me do this before I go into prayers. Sincerely speaking, it's about this, my guy, Untouchable and Precious, the food seller. I have followed this matter between Untouchable and Precious from when he found her on the road selling fruits to when he went to see where she stays, gifted her with 200,000 that came from funds, and a lot of things happened. And actually, the young man took up this lady and gave her life. You know what I mean by life? Not just the one that she breathes in and out. Gave her good life. You see, Untouchable did not do what was wrong by proposing to her, sincerely speaking. If I have my way, I would like to be there on their wedding day because it's history that is being created. Now let me leave Untouchable and Precious a bit. Let me talk about MC Mbakara. MC Mbakara is another person I love so much. I follow all his skits from the Something Nation where love is being found and stuff like that, the dramas and all that you have. So, but when MC Mbakara came up with his not being interested or supporting the proposal or marriage plans that Untouchable have for Precious, I thought at first it was just prank. It was one of their skits until I kept following and kept following, and I discovered that it's no longer a matter of joke. It's something very serious. I'm not going to be giving MC Mbakara a bad mouth. No, I'm a pastor by the grace of God. I don't do such. But I would like to advise him. You see, there are matters that ought to be allowed the way God wants it to be. Untouchable may have seen reasons. And it is about 2 years plus or thereabouts that Untouchable came in contact with Precious, the food seller. And they have known themselves. Do you understand me? They have known themselves. They have, been through a lot and a lot and a lot. So, for Untouchable to take Precious unawares by proposing to her, there could be one or two things he found in her that is suiting to him. And I wouldn't want us to use emotions to spoil this. As much as he first adopted her as a daughter, that does not mean that he doesn't have right to change it from adoption as a daughter to a wife. Hence, God is the one leading. I have also listened and watched some videos emanating from a lot of angles. People are not talking, God said to them, and I laugh. God didn't tell you all of these before he proposed to her. Now God is telling you all of these after the whole thing has come to the media. It's all over the world. People are watching it. Now, to cut long story short, I really want to do this thing within 5, 6, or 7 minutes. To cut long stories short, Untouchable, I want to advise you as a pastor and as a father that I am. My first son is in his final year in the university. My second son is in his second year, going to third year. I have children, and I would like someone else to also advise them the way I want to advise you now. If you love Precious, do not consent to the approvals of men. The only person you need his approval is God. And if God approves it, every other thing that man does against it is nothing. And I sense in my spirit that God approved it. Number 2, Precious, you have to work on your emotions. I understand the trauma that you're going through. The emotional damage you're going through. Right? But you need to mature, because soon you are going to turn from being a lady, single lady, to a wife of a man, and then to a mother of children. So start now to build your mentality towards that. Do not allow what people say get at you. They might be testing you without you knowing. Because these people, they are full of pranks. Pranks fool them for body. Do you understand me? They might be testing you without you knowing. I was very, 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 very not comfortable when you pulled the ring and threw it on the floor. I don't need to blame you for that. I understand exactly the trauma. But even at that, Esther in the Bible was a maid. Thank God you are not even a maid to Untouchable. But Esther was a maid in the house of a king. And when it was time for the wife of the king to present herself with a dance, she snubbed the king. Do you understand me? That was when God had arranged the deliverance of the Jews in that, kingdom. And the only person that can make it happen was Esther. So God positioned Esther for that. I see God positioning you for this. Please, when you get this video, share it. I want to hear the comments of people and know how they feel about what I just said. I know I'm right, because I've balanced all that happened or is happening between Untouchable and Precious the fruit seller. I've balanced it with the scriptures and discovered that it's online. A lot of people in the Bible had the same experience. From a nobodies to somebody. By the way, Untouchable was not born with golden spoon. I've heard the stories that came through Bob Too Funny, how they were in school, the things they went through. So Favor and Pleasure smiled on Untouchable first, so he had to go to bring in Bob Too Funny. They are all people that I follow all of them, including when he had problem with John Laughter and everything. I follow up to now. John Laughter, I follow him. I follow Bob Too Funny. I follow Untouchable. I follow MC Mbakara. I follow a lot of them. Right? So, what I'm trying to say is this. Untouchable. You have to beat your chest and tell yourself the truth. That you are not going to back out because of pressure. The hand of God is in this matter, and nobody should stop it. Please share this video, and God bless you. Very good.